I believe we are live. I'm going to double check the group and then we're going to get started. So it's Leon Streete here in the More Leads, More Clients group. And as you know, I was just saying to our guest, Seb, just before we started, I said, you know what, last time I did this, Facebook just closed the window where it actually shows you broadcasting. So there's actually no broadcast window again. So what do you know, technology? Anyway, I can see we are live in the group. So hello and welcome, guys. It's Leon Streete here. More leads, more clients. And tonight's one of our member focus spotlights. And we have Seb Brantigan on the show tonight, bringing value to you guys. So Seb, first of all, just say hi to everybody.
Hi everyone, evening. Hope you're all good. Massive thanks, Liam, for having me on here. Looking forward to jumping into this and sharing some good stuff.
Awesome. So today's the spotlight is starting and growing an expert business. So I've known Seb now since around about 2016, something like that. Anyway, 2015, 2016. And Seb brings a lot of value. He works with some really, I would say, world-class businesses and serves them with his skills in what he's probably going to share with you today. And what I want to say, guys, is that if you're watching this back on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And if you have any questions throughout, drop a comment below this video and I'm sure myself and Seb will come back to it. This is all about you getting the most out of our member spotlight today. So at this point, I'm going to hand over to Seb, and Seb's going to tell you more about his story and all of the things you need to know about growing and starting an expert business. So over to you, Seb. Thank you.
Excellent. Cheers. Yeah, looking forward to diving right into it. So I think probably the key thing that I should really do first for everyone is just to talk a little bit about my background and like how I came to be an entrepreneur and started my own expert business. And I'll get into what that is in a second if you've never heard of that term. So my background really is before I became an entrepreneur, I actually got started in local government doing a very boring admin job. And it wasn't something that really fulfilled me. And if you've ever had a job before, or if you have a job right now, there's obviously things about it that you can't control. You can't pick your own hours. There's quite limited flexibility. You only get a set amount of hours or days or whatever per year of holiday. And it's very restricted. And if you're someone who really has a problem with that, which I think a lot of people do, then that's obviously going to make you quite unhappy and you're not able to really do the things you want. So, but for about 4 or 5 years, I started working in local government, and I wanted to do something differently. So I went online really searching for ways to make money, and that was how I came to be an entrepreneur. Just finding different opportunities and ways to make money. Initially, I wasn't that serious about starting a business. I was just literally going online, filling in surveys and stuff like that, just to make a little bit of extra money. But if you've ever done anything like that, you'll know that it really doesn't, like, you can't make a full-time living doing little things like that. And so I wanted to just take things to that next level and really see what's out there. And I think one of the best things that I've ever done, which is not actually a business I do anymore, was to start a network marketing business, or to join a network marketing company, because it really gave me the skills to learn marketing, learn sales, and do so without spending tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands on a traditional business. So I did network marketing for about, I would say, 2 to 3 years, had a little bit of success, nothing to like a full-time level. I probably broke even for most of my career, I'll be totally honest with you. But one of the things I did learn from it was all about marketing and branding. And this is where the expert business thing comes into play, because the successful people I saw in network marketing were not promoting the company that they were in. So they were not promoting Avon, they were not promoting Monavi or any other network marketing companies you've heard of. They were promoting themselves as experts. They were promoting their brand. They weren't promoting the company. And this is what many people who start a business forget, is they try and push the business and they don't keep that focus on their own brand and getting people sold on them and positioning themselves as an expert. And, really good book that I can recommend if you are in network marketing, and even if you're not in network marketing, I'd still recommend you read it, is a book called Magnetic Sponsoring by Mike Dillard, which really taught me all about attraction marketing, which is basically the idea of branding yourself and position yourself as an expert. And the reason why that's important is because, if you position yourself in the right way, you'll attract some of the best customers to you, and you also push away the customers and clients that you don't want, and it'll really allow you to niche down to, working with those people that you want, but also getting paid your worth, because you're working with people who see you as a investment and not a cost. So they're happy to, pay for you and your services. So I left network marketing, and then I decided to start my own consulting business. And that's where I really got into the expert industry, where I would help other business owners go from zero to hero as an expert business owners, as business owners. So I started working with coaches, consultants, and all those kinds of, businesses. And, that's where I really found my true passion. Just because I sort of knew the process, I knew how to do it. I'd already started to, grow my own business. So I basically was able to practice what I preached and get some good results. So that's where I've kind of got to now, which is, having a group of clients that I'm very grateful for, that I get good results for, and I work with on a, long-term basis. And, I'm just continuing that journey really of just helping other people who are struggling with attracting clients, or they're attracting the wrong clients, wrong customers, and just really helping them refine their marketing and their message a little bit better. And there's a few things that you need to do that not many people know how to do in order to position themselves. And, a lot of these things don't cost a lot of money. A lot of these things are actually quite easy and simple to do. Some of them will take some time, and there's some technical elements to some of it, but the reality is, like, anyone can do some of these strategies, and I'll definitely share some specific ones tonight, as much as possible. But like as you said, Leon, if there's any questions or anything else you wanted to ask afterwards, I'm more than happy to just jump in the comments box and answer those as best as I can. So really, that's my background in a nutshell, why I decided to become an entrepreneur and focus in that industry, and where I'm at the present time really, and what's happened in the last couple of years.
And I'll come back in then. So thanks for sharing that, Seb.
Awesome.
So I'm going to dig in and I'm going to get juicy, because that's what everybody wants. And that's what's going to bring the best out of you, because I know you got a lot of golden nuggets to share with people. So starting and growing an expert business, what are the 3 essential steps people need to start with, would you say? And if it's not 3, if it's 2, if it's 5, I don't mind. Just give me what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think probably the biggest one I would say is to, set up a platform such as a social media platform like Facebook or something like that, where you're sharing and adding content. Okay. And, I will touch on content in a second, but you have to create compelling, valuable content that drives people to some kind of call to action. So that could be to drop you a message. That could be to, call this number, visit this website, download this, PDF guide or something like that. So I would say the first thing I would definitely do is set up your profile and your presence on Facebook, or it could be Instagram, but just pick one platform and really stick with that platform as best as you can. So that's the second tip really. Now, once you've set up your own online platform, you want to really master that and just totally own it. So what I mean by that is, as soon as you start a Facebook account or a new Facebook page, you really want to be adding content to it as much as possible, networking with other people, because what a lot of people do is they'll do step 1, they'll set up a profile or a page, but they won't do step 2. They won't commit to it. They'll maybe do a week's worth of writing some good content. They'll get a little bit despondent because they're not getting the engagement, but they'll soon stop posting. And of course, that's when their online presence stops and they lose a bit of credibility. So I would say those are the two essential steps. And I think the third step I would definitely say is this is more on the content side, but really get good at creating videos, because those are great sources of content. And the reason why I say videos in particular is because you can do so much with videos. You know, it's a very easy way to build rapport with someone who doesn't know you, but you can also use videos for lots of different things. So one example that you can use videos for is if you're doing some kind of talk in front of a group of people, is you can use that for lots of other content. You can, if it's like a half an hour talk, you can get someone to edit that into 1 minute or 2 minute clips, and you can create literally hundreds of pieces of content. You can create a podcast from the video. So I would say video is the best way to create useful content and really leverage your time, you know. So, you know, one of the things that I see a lot of coaches and consultants struggle with is, you know, they're not leveraging their time enough. So, you know, creating lots and lots of videos is a great way to kind of, you know, leverage your time, because you're creating the content once, but actually you can use it lots and lots of times. And this is what many people forget. So, you know, you have to work hard, but also work smart at the same time if you really want to move quickly.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Seb. And, you know, just to recap, guys, platform, get your platform set up, social media, master it. And I put here, make sure you keep going with adding your content even when people aren't watching, which was a great tip that you shared. And it's true. You know, sometimes I put stuff out there and it doesn't get engagement. And you know what? I've got clients that never engage with me. People are still watching, guys. And videos, yeah, I just circled it with what you said there. Repurpose, that's the buzzword, that's the keyword right there, guys. Yep, put your video out, because more people are watching video and they pay attention to it, to be honest. And once they start following you, it's one of the key mediums for people to keep going. Right. That's how to get started, Seb. Now I know you've been involved with some juicy projects and campaigns. I'm an established business. I've been going maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 years. What do I need to do to go to the next level? Like, just give me what you got.
Yeah, 100%. So I would definitely say once you've done those first couple of steps, you know, creating content doesn't cost you anything. It is free, but there will be a stage in your business where every business needs to scale up to get to that next level, which is where things like Facebook advertising really come into play. And, you know, when I say that, a lot of people are, you know, really put off by it, because most people's experience, and my initial experience was, you know, you spend a few £100 in advertising on Facebook, you don't see a return, and you think, oh, Facebook doesn't work. So it's a very, very common thing. But, you know, once you've built up that credibility initially on your own Facebook page, you've done it organically, there is a way of advertising on Facebook without burning for your budget. So again, videos is a great way that you can do that, just because you can put a video out there and literally pay a fraction of a penny per view that you get if you get really, really targeted. And that's a really great way actually to just get your name out there as quickly as possible. Just by putting some videos out there on Facebook. It's so cost effective to do. And when it comes to actually promoting your offer, it means people are much more likely to engage with your advert. Yeah. So, you know, another reason why Facebook adverts are good is it means you can get more engagement as well. You know, you can set up, there's all kinds of different Facebook ads you can do. I'm not really going to get into all of it, the specifics, but you can do a Facebook advertising campaign where you're paying per engagement. The reason why that's good is because you can put a post out there and literally get hundreds and thousands or even more of likes, comments, and shares. And what does that do? It really promotes your brand, and it does it in a very cost-effective way, where again, you're paying, you know, a fraction of a penny per person that engages. And, you know, it's a really, really quick way to, I'll honestly say, if you've got the budget to spend, you know, at least a few £100 a month in Facebook advertising right now, I'd recommend doing that. But, you know, even if you don't, I would do that as quickly as possible, because it's just a way to really propel your brand. And I'll give you an idea, like an actual solid example. So one of the companies that I do work with is called Assets for Life. I'll be honest, they have spent a lot on Facebook advertising. They've spent in the region of, I would say between, you know, it's definitely over 6 figures, but the actual return on that has been something like 8 or 9 times the actual investment.
Yeah.
So, you know, and before that, they were doing everything organically for free. And, you know, they were growing, but they were not able to break past the £100,000 per year mark until they really started the advertising process. So it's not really the answer that I think a lot of people would expect to hear. But again, if you want to really find a way of branding and growing yourself quicker, and again, the business grew very quickly as well, just because we were able to get in front of more people. And I think that really is the key. So I would definitely say, you know, get yourself out there, experiment with some Facebook advertising. I think the key thing with that as well is Facebook ads are great because you can switch them on and off at any time. You have a lot more control. So if you know you're not going to be pushing out any new projects or anything like that, you can put them on hold. You're just in a lot more control. So, you know, this is one thing I would say to get involved with as quickly as possible. And Leon, I know you're a big advocate of Facebook advertising as well. And I know it's really helped you out as well and given you that exposure for yourself and for your clients. And you know, really, it's just a powerful way. It's got to be done the right way, of course, but you know, it can be such a powerful tool for any expert business owner.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Actually, I think it's appropriate because if you are at, you know, kind of six figures, you're floating at around that mark, either below it or above it. Social proof through engagement ads, videos to really extend your reach, retarget those people who are viewing. Perfect advice, Seb. And I think, you know what, the little bit that you added on, you know, paying attention to your budget, switching it on and off if you haven't got things running or you're just not in a process where you want to, I don't know, push any offers out, which is never, by the way, people. Keep marketing. So thanks for sharing that, Seb. So if people want to get in touch with you, how do they find you?
Absolutely. So the best way I would say is to just find me on Facebook. So my last name is spelled Brantigan. So that's Seb Brantigan, Seb as in Sebastian. You can visit my website as well, which is sebbrantigan.net. I do give away a free PDF on there, which is 7 steps to become an unstoppable marketer. And within that report, I show you exactly how to grow your expert business, how to get more leads, more clients, more sales. But if you don't want to download the guide, that's fine, because there's hundreds of blog posts out there which are all about growing your expert business. And again, on my Facebook page, you will find tons and tons of content on there. So feel free to browse that as well. I know a lot of people have got some value just from reading some of the stuff for free without ever opting into my list. They just love the content that's there. So, you know, feel free to have a browse. And you can also get me on YouTube as well, which is a platform I'm doing a lot more with, going to be doing more with as well. Just because I talked a little bit earlier about leverage, and I think YouTube has a huge amount of leverage on there. And it's a great platform. It gets a lot of traffic. And like I said about creating videos, it's a very easy way to get views on those videos on YouTube. And, you know, there's an audience there that everyone can tap into. But, you know, reach out to me on Facebook, my blog, or on YouTube. Just type my name in on Google if you're not sure, and I should pop up.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Seb. Appreciate you coming on the show today. Guys, he's also tagged in his post, so you just click on his name and you can follow him or send him a friend request. But I know this guy is like super stacked up with friends, so you may or may not get approved. But anyway, check out his stuff, check out his posts. He puts a lot of good stuff out there. And so if you're looking for something extra, or, you know, you're just looking for something that you find appealing, i.e. Seb's personality, that's all good, guys. So this is another More Leads Community Spotlight. Seb Brantigan, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and I bid you a great evening. Thank you very much. Take care.